Hello fams, good day and welcome back to our YouTube channel Diary TV. Of course, I remain your humble host, Divine Favor, a Woggle. Yesterday, we're diving deep into one of the hottest topic in football right now. That's the future of Nigerian superstar Victor Osimhen. This is a striker who's got the world buzzing, clubs drooling, fans speculating, and pundits debating. Osimhen's next move could shake up the transfer market. But here's the key card. He's not just waiting for any old offer, no. This man has reportedly set some serious conditions for his next transfer and is turning heads across Europe and beyond. Now, you guys should picture this. A 26-year-old powerhouse currently tearing it up on loan at Galatasaray from Napoli with a release clause that's got clubs licking their lips. But Osimhen's not just about the money or the glamour, he's got a vision for his career and is sticking to it. In this video, we are going to unpack everything worth at these conditions, what's driving them, which clubs are in pole position to snag him, how will this all play out in negotiations, and of course, what does it mean for his future. Plus, we'll talk timelessness. When can we expect the big reveal? Grab your popcorn, folks, because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's get started. Now onto the first segment, we have Osimhen's specific transfer conditions. Alright guys, let's kick things off with the big question. What exactly does Victor Osimhen want from his next move? This isn't your typical highest bidder win situation. Osimhen is a man with a plan, and he's reportedly laid out some non-negotiables based on the latest reports. And trust me, I've been digging through every credible source I can find. Here's what we know. First off, Osimhen's got his sights set on a specific destination. Word on the street if he's prioritizing a move to the Premier League, or failing that, a return to Serie A with Juventus. Why? Well, the Premier League is the pinnacle for many players. Fast-paced, physical, global spotlight, and it suits his explosive style like a glove. Juventus, on the other hand, offers a chance to stay in the league he's conquered while joining a historic club with big ambitions. But here's the catch. He's reportedly turned down advances from Saudi Arabia and even Qatar. Money is not the only motivator here. He wants a competitive stage. Next, let's talk wages. Osimhen's current from 28 goals in 32 appearances for Galatasaray this season means he knows his worth. Reports suggest he's asking for around 180,000 euros per week after tax. Now, that's not outrageous for a top striker, but it's a hefty sum for clubs watching their budgets. And get this, he's not budging on this. Back in 2024, when a move to Chelsea fell through, it was partly because he wouldn't take a pay cut. This guy's got steel in his spine. Finally, there's the playing time factor. Osimhen is not here to warm the bench. He wants guarantees of being the main man, the focal point of the attack. At Napoli, he was the king, leading them to a Serie A title in 2023. At Galatasaray, he's the star of the show. Wherever he goes next, he's not signing up to be a backup or a rotation player. He's a striker who thrives on confidence and reason. Give him the ball and he'll deliver. So to sum it up, Premier League or Juventus, 180k euro a week, and of course a starring role. That's the Osimhen checklist. But what's pushing him to set these terms? Stick around, for diving into that next. Of course, up next is the key factor driving Osimhen requirement. Now, why is Victor Osimhen being so picky? Let's break down the key factors driving these conditions, because this isn't just about ego, it's about strategy, legacy, and a bit of redemption. First off, his career trajectory. Osimhen's journey hasn't been a straight line. From his breakout at Lille to his injury-plagued early days at Napoli, he's had to fight for everything. That Serie A title in 2023 was a spanning moment, but things soared fast. Napoli's management drama, a falling out with the club, and a loan move to Galatasaray. It's been a roller coaster. Now at 26, he's in his prime, and this next move could define his legacy. He's not just chasing a paycheck, he wants to cement himself as one of the world's best strikers. Then there's the playing style fit. Osimhen is a beast, 6'1" lightning, quick, lethal in the air, and relentless off the ball. The Premier League's end-to-end chaos or Juventus' tactical discipline could amplify those strengths. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, sure. The money is insane, but the pace and physicality don't match his game. He's seen teammates like, of course, Sadio Mane and Cristiano Ronaldo thrive there, but Osimhen's betting on himself in Europe's top leagues, another big driver. Control after Napoli sidelined him and the Chelsea deal collapsed. Osimhen is taking the reins. He's not letting clubs dictate his future anymore. That 62.7 euro million release clause in his Napoli contract, down from 100 million euro, gives him leverage. But he's using his conditions to filter out the noise. He's saying, if you want me, meet my terms. It's bold, it's risky, but it's pure Osimhen. And let's not forget the personal angle. As a Nigerian icon, he's carrying the nation's hope. Playing in the Premier League, where stars like JJ Okocha and Nwankwo Kanu made their mark, could elevate his status back home. It's not just about him, it's about inspiring the next generation. These factors aren't random, they are the heartbeat, of course, of his decision. But who can actually meet these demands? Let's find out. Yes, up next we have club likely to meet Osimhen's conditions and of course their chances. Alright, the $1 million question is here. Which clubs can tick Osimhen's boxes and who's got the best shot at signing him? Let's run through the contenders and break it down. First up, the Premier League B. Manchester United are all over this. They've reportedly made Osimhen their top striker target under Ruben Amorim, with Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee potentially on the way out. They need to prove number 9. They've got the cash for the 62.7 euro million, of course, clause, and 180,000 euros a week fits their wages structure. Then Bruno Fernandes money, plus Osimhen doesn't care about Champions League football right now, which is huge since United might miss out again. Chances, I would say 8 over 10. They're desperate and of course determined. Next, Chelsea. They were so close last summer. John Obi Mikel says it's just a phone call away from restarting talks. Osimhen is a known Chelsea fan, idolizing Didier Drogba, and they need a striker, of course. With Nicholas Jackson misfiring, the release clause is no issue for their deep pockets, and they could stretch to his wages. But here's the snag. They're also eyeing Sporting Victor Gyökeres and Ipswich Liam Delap. If they're pivot, Osimhen's out. Chances 7 over 10. Strong but not locked in. Arsenal's in the mix too. Mikel Arteta wants a clinical finisher. Gabriel Jesus supporting it up top. They've got the funds and the allure of title contention, and Osimhen's pace would share Premier League defenses alongside Saka and Odegaard. Of course, wages might be tight though. 180k euro could ruffle feathers in their squad. Chances 6 over 10. Possible but not their top priority. Liverpool, dark horse a lot. They're scouting strikers like Osimhen and RB Leipzig, Benjamin Sesko to replace Diogo Jota or Darwin Núñez. At 70 million euros, he's a bargain compared to Newcastle Alexander Isak. Jurgen Klopp gone, but their high pressing system screams Osimhen. Wages and squad depth might complicate it. Chances 5 over 10. Intriguing but uncertain. Finally, Juventus. They're pushing harder than ever, leveraging their Serie A pool and Osimhen's familiarity with Italy. The clause is stickier since it's higher for the Italian clubs, but they could offload Dusan Vlahovic to fund it. Wages are doable and he will be the star. Chances 7 over 10, very real. But Premier League allure might head them out. So United lead the pack with Chelsea and Juventus close behind. So how does this shake up the talks with Napoli? Let's explore that next. Yes, up next, of course, is the impact on negotiations between Napoli and suitors. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do Osimhen's condition mess with the negotiations? Napoli is in a tough spot here and it's going to be a chess match. Osimhen's loan at Galatasaray ends in June 2025 and his Napoli contract runs until 2026. That 62.7 million euro release clause is a lifeline for suitors. It's a set price, no haggling needed. But Osimhen's demand, of course, allays Napoli don't want him back. He burned bridges there, and Antonio Conte's got Romelu Lukaku. They'll push for a clean sale, but Osimhen's pickiness could stall things. If he says no to Saudi clubs or others outside his list, Napoli stop waiting for the right buyer. For Premier League teams, it's straightforward. Pay the clause, meet the wages, promise the role, but Juventus complicates it. Since the clause is higher for Italian clubs, they'll try to negotiate a lower fee or a swap. Maybe Vlahovic plus cash. Napoli might bite. Osimhen's Premier League preferences could reveal that. His agents got power here and Napoli knows it. Timing another headache. Napoli's sporting director Giovanni Manna said they want this resolved fast. No repeat of last summer's saga. Osimhen's cap, though, might drag it out, especially if he's waiting for the perfect fit. Clubs like United or Chelsea could pounce early, but if Arsenal or Liverpool hesitate, Napoli's left dangling. It's a high-stakes game, and Osimhen's holding a lot of cards, but what does this mean for him? Let's dive into that. Of course, up next we got implications for Osimhen's career and playing style. So what all this means for Victor Osimhen himself, his career, his style, his future, this is where it gets personal. If he lands in the Premier League, it's a game changer. Imagine him at United bullying defenders like he did in Turkey, or at Chelsea channeling his inner Drogba. The pace, the physicality is tailor-made for him, aerial dominance and relentless pressing. He could hit 20 plus goals a season, easy, and become a global superstar. But the flip side, the pressure is insane. If he flops, the serenity could dent his confidence. Juventus offers stability, Serie A's slower tempo suits his finishing, and he'll thrive as the talisman. There's less spotlight, more time to define his craft, but at 26, is that too safe? He's already won there. Does he want to repeat or conquer new heights? Well, his conditions, wages, role protect his value, and of course, ensure he's not misused. He's not a winger or a false nine, he's a pure striker. A club that meets his term will build around him, maximizing his output. But if he picks wrong, like a team that benches him or plays possessions heavy, he risks telling. His decisions a tightrope walk between ambition and, of course, fit. Mentally, this is huge. Osimhen's bounce back from Napoli's chaos with a vengeance. Sticking to his guns show maturity. He's a leader. This move could make him Nigeria's next legend or a cautionary tale. It's all on him now. Speaking of which, when this happened, let's wrap up with timelessness. Yes, up next, potential timelines and official announcements. Finally, let's talk timing. When's Victor Osimhen's next chapter kicking off, and when will he hear the big news? Here's a breakdown. His Galatasaray loan ends June 30, 2025. That's a hard deadline. Napoli want him gone before then, ideally in the summer window opening mid-June. Reports from March 2025 said Osimhen would decide by April, but here we are, April 9th, and it's still quiet. My guess, well, he's waiting out the season. Galatasaray chasing the Super League and Turkish Cup. A trophy could boost his stock even more. The summer window's key. Clubs like United and Chelsea would move fast. Think early July for a deal. Juventus might need longer to shuffle their squad, pushing it to August if no one's bites. There's a slim chance of a January 2026 exit, but with his contracts expiring that summer, Napoli will risk it. They will sell. Official announcement: once the club triggers the clause and Osimhen agrees, say mid-July, we'll get a bombshell. Social media will explode, especially if it's the Premier League. Worst case, it drags to the deadline, August the 31st, but I'll bet on July. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. This is heating up, and there you have it, a full hour and Victor Osimhen's transfer saga. From his ironclad conditions to the clubs battling for him, this is one story that's got us all on edge. What do you think, guys? Where is it landing? Drop your predictions in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and of course, deep dive and subscribe for more football breakdowns. Until next time, it's Divine Favor signing off. Stay passionate, stay tuned, and let's see where Osimhen takes us. Of course, we remain Diary TV.